in the cloud. There we go. Okay, we are recording. All right, I would love to kick this off and get started and honor everyone's time so we don't have to stay on too long. Our last call was like an hour. And I don't think this one will be quite as long, but I did want to start with a few things. I've got Stephanie here who's going to share all the things from last month, but I know you're driving, so I'm going to start it off, Steph. And we're just going to talk about how to reach $1,000 or more in personal volume per month. So I jotted down just some quick notes, things that I do. Some of these I do daily, some of these I do weekly, some of them, it's more of a monthly thing. But just some like regular habits that I try to stay consistent with to keep that personal volume up. So the first thing obviously is just to be consistent and to be consistently posting. We talk about this a lot, in your VIP group and in your stories. I use Facebook and Instagram stories. And the reason that I do that as opposed to like my timeline is I feel like it's not as kind of in your face as like my Facebook profile or my Facebook timeline is. Whereas, if someone's looking in my stories, they pretty much know what they're going to see in my stories, and they are good with it. Like they want to see it. So whereas, when someone's scrolling, they don't necessarily want to see your salesy stuff. So I like to make sure that I drop it in my stories frequently, because sometimes people who see things in my VIP group and they maybe are interested in it, usually, you get busy when you're scrolling and you're, might see something on somebody's VIP group or whatever. But then later on, when you see it again in someone's story and it's more frequent in their stories, it reminds them to go back and like check it out for real. So it's just kind of a little subtle reminder. So be posting, but not only posting. I find sometimes I see reps that only will post like the restock images or the new release Wednesday images. And that's kind of like the only thing that we're seeing from time to time. I think you're going to get more action and you're going to get more interaction and activity from people in your groups when you're posting more pictures of yourself, live videos. If you go live more frequently, more often, that's what people want to see. They want to see you. You're the reason that they're in that group in the first place. So make sure that you are posting pictures and going live, showing yourself in the products as much as you can. But then mix it up too. I like to show obviously a lot of other people and reps, and just mix it up, show a little bit of everything in your group so people can see what, so that they can hopefully see themselves in what you're showing. But be consistent with it every single day. Be posting, a couple of times a day. Follow-ups. So follow-ups have been huge for me. I got a lot better about follow-ups and reach outs probably right around, right when they announced the Punta Cana trip in the middle of December. I made up my mind that I was going for it, and I knew that it couldn't, with the number of parties that I needed to close and like the sales volume that I needed to have for that, it wasn't going to come just from parties, and I really needed to tap into my VIP, my customer base more. So I started making a better habit of reaching out more consistently to my customers. I started using an app, or actually it's a website and an app called Project Broadcast that I used it a lot in the beginning of the year when I was really pushing for Punta Cana, but I still do use it. And in that I've uploaded my most frequent customers, but I've also gotten the habit of going to any party hosts and asking them if they want to have, basically it's a whole bunch of people who have either their own hostess link that they can shop from their own link, or it's just a customer who's happy, shopping from my link, who likes to be updated on different sales and things like that. So it's a way for me to constantly be in contact with them and showing them the sales that I'm running, or restocked items or new release items. And it's an easy way for me to send messages to people. So the app itself sends them a text message to their phone. So I have to input their contact information into the website or the app. And then I can just create one message. I can add a graphic to it. There's ways to personalize it so that you can have the website send it directly to that person. So it'll say, like if I wanted to go to a whole bunch of people, I have their names put in there, but the message will actually be personalized to Shelly, to Sheila, to Amy. So it's pretty neat that way. And then you can have links included in it. Anyway, I use that a lot. And I find it, it saves time as opposed to sending individual messages, but you're missing that personalization piece of it when you do send when you are able to send the individual messages, you're obviously getting more of a personalized touch to it. So that's another thing that I do as well. So I'll send out those project broadcast messages if I want to just send out like information about a sale that I'm running or, restocked item or whatever. But if I wanted to get more personalized messages, then I will go through my order history, just so that I can have a list of names that I want to be contacting, or I will go through, a recent party that I've had, and I'll send messages to everyone from those parties. So I just have gotten better about messaging, following up with people, staying in contact with people on a one-on-one basis, and not just post and pray. Because I think too many times we get in the habit of just posting and hoping that we're going to get sales from it when it really has to come from messages. And I have consistently gotten a good number of sales from sending those messages. Birthday messages. I sent some verbiage the other day about birthday messages, and that gives you an automatic list of people that you can contact every day, every week. I mean, if you want to do it daily, you could. If you want to just like bulk it and do it once a week or a couple times a month or whatever. But it gives you, new names to be reaching out to every single week. And they may be VIP customers of yours. They may not be. Like my last time around, there were quite a few that I sent messages to that I had never messaged before about Zaya. So I love that because it just gives you, and it gives you a way, to get their attention because it's their birthday or it's their birthday week, and you're, offering them a coupon and striking up that conversation. It's an easy way to get that conversation started and get them excited because they're getting something from you. Make Room Monday sales. So, when there's a big restock or a Make Room Monday or some awesome new releases that you can personalize a message to people, including whatever that thing is. Like this last week, I sent a ton of messages talking about those cute tops that were only $14.50. When you send something like that, and you can also offer to order for them, tell them that you're going to do a bulk order. Hey, these tops are only $14.50. Do you want me to grab you a couple? How easy is that to respond to and be like, yes, I'll take the gray and the black. It's $30 for them, and you're placing the order, you're paying for shipping, you're paying for the tax, and then you just got to figure out how to get it to them, which I recently have discovered Pirate Ship. If you're not already using Pirate Ship for shipping, it is fantastic. I think Steph, you're the one that told me about this, and I finally got wise and started using it. It is such a money saver. If you do any shipping yourself, big time money and time saver. Pirate Ship. Yeah, it's fantastic. So offer to do bulk orders. Kim, I think that's something that you do is bulk order. I thought I saw something about that maybe towards the end of the month. So it's so smart, and it's just an easy way to send a message to people. Be like, hey, I'm placing a bulk order. Here's a couple of hot items that are selling right now. Would you like me to grab you something? I'll give you free shipping, or I'll give you $5 off your order. It's an easy message that you can send to people. A weekly, or maybe not weekly, but like a monthly email. I don't know if you all are using that email system through our back office, but it is such an easy tool, and you have contact, or you have access to all of your previous customers through your back office. If they placed an order and entered their email address into your back office, you can send them an email directly from your back office. So it's such an easy thing to do. I got a sale, I think it was 2 Make Room Mondays ago, is that when it was? Whenever the last time I sent an email through my back office, I got a sale that day from it. So you never know. It's definitely an easy thing to try, and it's, you know, it's definitely worth it. Yeah, I talked about Project Broadcast. If you want more information on that, let me know. There is a fee to it. I think it's $15 a month. But I really, really love it. And I'm going to start using it for my downline too. So you don't be surprised if you start getting a message feed from like on your phone. I mean, like a text message. Because I just really love it. It's easy and it's a time saver. I'm all about saving time whenever I possibly can. All right. And then, you know, the biggest thing really is just building and maintaining relationships with people, just constantly, you know, being a friend and being real with people. Like one of my really, really good customers is going through some major crap right now. And I've reached out to her a couple of times just to let her know, hey, I see what's going on and I'm here for you and I'm thinking about you. So just be a human and connect with people on that level, and you're going to continue to, you know, it will pay off for you. You know, not only as a customer, but like just having that friend is, you're going to need it someday too. So I find that that's always just been huge for me. And I've made so many new friends through this business too, just customers that I've met through various parties over time. It's crazy how they support me, and a lot of them I've never even met before. So it's really a pretty cool part about this job. All right, I'm almost done, Steph. I see you're home, so ready to go. You know, then the big one is obviously parties, hosting parties. So I know that's one thing that some people have struggled to get party hostesses, but you can always go back and ask previous party hostesses that you've had. I've had a few hostesses who've done it now a couple of times for me. So that's always something that you can do. But I'm interested to see how Steph got these hostesses and how that all went. So I'm gonna let her talk more about the parties. But I just want to kind of emphasize that you can, hi little one, you can have high personal volume without only doing parties. So you can still get it from your VIP customers. It just takes a little bit of extra hustle. And it's all about those personal messages. But if you're willing to do it and put in a little bit of work, it really isn't that much, because once you create a message, you can copy and paste, even if you're not using Project Broadcast. You know, I will, if I'm sitting on the sideline before one of my kids' games, or I'm sitting in my car at one of their practices, that I use that time just to bulk send a whole bunch of messages. I did that over the weekend and I booked 3 parties from it. So, and I sent a screenshot of one of them to you guys, of a girl who had not responded to me ever. I had sent her, this was my 5th message to her without a response. I'm almost like, dang, I'm like stage 5 clinger, but she responded like, yeah, okay, I don't know what to do, but like, holy cow. So, you know, it just goes to show that people are busy, and, you know, maybe that would be annoying to a couple of people out there, but the vast majority of people are just as busy as we are, and they're just living their life, and they'll see that message come in and then maybe thought about it or considered it. And obviously now that I've sent a few, I planted that seed and I'm consistent, and I came back around again and I didn't give up on her. And now she's like, huh, okay, tell me about it. So it's definitely worth that follow-up. And I think I spit a stat at you a couple weeks ago about how important the follow-up is and how many follow-ups it takes to really get them to buy into it. So, all right, that's it from me. I'm gonna let Stephanie take it away. This girl is a boss. She has consistently high sales volume, but last month especially was like 6,000 and something. And yeah, it's just amazing. So tell us all the things, Steph.
Can you guys hear me okay? You're good? Okay. So I have to tell you that like my sales come from parties. Megan messaged me like in the middle of April or middle end of April and was like, dude, your volume, what are you doing? And I was doing these live videos every day. I literally wore every metallic that I had, and I went live for like 2 minutes each morning and said, oh my gosh, look at these metallics, blah, blah, blah. They're amazing. Even the ones that are retired long ago. and just was like, I don't think I sold a single metallic, but I think um, just the like algorithm of the Facebook and just like putting my face out there. And I was like, no, my VIP is dead. But these parties, I just have good parties. And um, so I was just doing those videos in my VIP. And I try to be consistently consistent in my VIP. There's always like a day over the weekend that I'm like, oh crap, I didn't post the thing. Um, and I try to mix things up a tiny bit, but it's mostly just Zaya or just my family and Zaya in my VIP. But like 90% of my sales come from parties. And I this month I had really good hostesses and like some, and we've all had amazing ones and we've all had duds, like, and we've all had amazing parties and we've had duds. Like I've been there, I've had parties that have had 0 sales and it's like, what the hell? And this party was a 2,000 party. Like, um, but I think the biggest thing is just like, I tried really hard to, like almost like coach my hostesses a tiny bit more and like, I like sent them a message like a week out, like, oh my gosh, your party's in a week. I can't wait, and then like a couple days before, okay, like here's the details. I'm going to get things all organized. I'll kick it off on Sunday, whatever. As soon as I invite you, like, let's go crazy. And I don't have them like, I don't tell them like a week in advance to start inviting people. Like mine is like literally like, hey, we're having a party, let's go. Um, and I know some people like start sending messages prior to kind of like the Facebook party or like a day or two buffer. But for me, it's literally like, hey, we're going to start the party on Sunday. As soon as I invite you, like invite all your friends. And I typically run my parties for a week. And sometimes it doesn't seem long enough. And sometimes it seems too long. So that's where you can like play with it. If like the party is crushing and then it tapers off and you're like, okay, we're good, then I can be like, okay, today's the last day, whatever, we're moving on with life. Come to my VIP. Hey, follow up with customers. But if it's like that weird ground that I feel like people had interest, but they didn't buy, then I'll extend. And then I private message a few people that have commented or I reply back to them on a post. Because sometimes, if you're not friends with them, they never ever see the message. It's just out in Facebook Messenger in the middle of nowhere. So sometimes I'll like comment on there or I'll say like, hey, I sent you a code in Messenger, like check your Messenger. I also, oh my goodness, here's the other thing I do. On Facebook in your groups or parties or whatever, it'll say like, welcome the new members. And what I will do is I wait a couple of days. So it's like kind of everybody's joined the party and I'll make like the welcome post and it's not a welcome post. It's kind of just a like new release post or a like welcome to the party, or sometimes I do like an early bird special where I run like free shipping or $10 off a $100 order, and I will tag every single person. It automatically tags them in the post. So even if you're not really paying attention to the party, I just tagged you in the post and you got a notification. So that has helped too, I think, because I know that I've been in Color Street parties, Pampered Chef parties where I totally forgot. And then somebody tags me in something and it's like, oh yeah, like so-and-so was having a party. So that has helped me. I don't know, guys, I just have really good parties. The first like 6 months of me doing Zaya, I was like an A++ at follow-ups. Like every person who bought from me, I sent them a message, I followed up with them. Now I'm about like a C- at that, just because that was the only good thing about remote learning is I had way more time at the computer and I had more plan time in my day. I'm a PE teacher, those of you who don't know. So that was the only good thing about remote learning is I had more time to Zaya. And I was on the computer, so I'd be like teaching something in Zaya on a different computer, but really good teaching. So that I'm like a C- at that now, but that was something I did in April was I followed up with some people, especially some people that I kind of had that like vibe of, I think they'll be a good hostess, or I think they would really like this. So I followed up with a few people and like they crushed it. and their parties were amazing. But I think I know, I'm sure a lot of you guys do it too. I try to go live. Like I go live about leggings one day. I go live about joggers one day. I do bras and tanks one day. I go live about shorts one day. So I go live 4 times, sometimes a 5th time if I want to do like a drawing. Sometimes I just like do a screen recording of like and post like the drawing depending on what's happening in my children's lives. But I try to go live, and there are times that like nobody pops in and I'm just talking to myself on the camera. But then later I get the like, hey, Megan, you should watch this video because it has great legging information, because the hostess knows that Megan is interested in leggings or whatever. So that helps. I just think that helps with the Facebook algorithm too. I don't know. Megan, you have any questions
Yeah,
for me?
no, I think that you're onto something there, because I saw your live videos pop up in my feed every single day. So yeah, she did. She was going live every morning wearing a different pair of metallics. And I was like, what is she doing over there? Is she doing like, is there something going on with metallics right now that I don't know about? Or is this just like, what? And but I saw it every day, and of course I'm loving it and liking it, and I think that when you start a day going live, you're going to get some interaction, and that's going to help your the stupid Facebook algorithms.
I know.
They're
and
brutal.
I can't like, it is, and I can't like always figure it out. I thought about doing that with unwinds, like do like an unwind jogger every day, because that's my, I think that's my favorite jogger. You know, it changes day to day, but I was like, ooh, I should do that with unwinds. But I was like, oh crap, we're like heading into summer. Maybe I should like do it with, once it actually gets warm up here, I think I'll do it with like shorts and skirts, like, because next week we're supposed to get to like 70s and 80s. So I can actually like take off my hoodies and put my winter coat away finally in the Chicago.
But now you're doing something goofy with like the alphabet. Like I keep seeing you in like.
Yeah, so we have, that's the other thing that was going to mess up my unwinds, is my school does like an ABC countdown. So every day there's like a theme with related to the letter. So of course I try to tie Zaya into my outfit, and then I post about it. And then sometimes I get teachers who just like ask like, hey, can I have a copy of your ABC countdown? And even though that's not Zaya related, we're still connecting, you know? But I was like, oh, my unwind joggers are going to totally mess with my outfit idea. So I don't know, like going live and the parties. And I know like I know some of you probably have those moments where it's like, I can feel like I'm spending so much money and I'm not making any, because you're like doing a sale or giving a gift card or whatever. And like, I've had months where I've like struggled. I've been like, oh my gosh, I know that I spent more money on my own Zaya and gift cards probably than I made or whatever. But I've done these early bird specials where I'll do like free shipping, because people hate shipping, hate it. And sometimes if I just say, I'll cover the shipping, or I don't even ask, I'm just like, here's a code for shipping, like that, like gives them the like, okay. I've even offered like some people that like have asked for a size recommendation. And I am like, it's one of those bras where size up, size down. I'm not sure. Like, I think this is the best choice for you. I'm like, hey, if it doesn't work, let me know, and I'll help you cover like the pirate ship to send it back. And I think that honesty from me, and like, I got you, like gives
customer
people the
service.
like, okay, I want to shop with her because she's going to help me out. I even had a hostess today, which I sent the message last night because I couldn't remember, like hostess parties, do they have free shipping? Do they not? I never pay attention. And I could tell that this was a thing for her. And I was like, hey, like I got your shipping, and like, don't worry about it. Like you hosted a party. She was an awesome hostess. Her customers were like, okay. And we got her to the 600 party. But I was like, you know what? Like, I got your shipping. I know this is a thing for you. And I know that you will continue to be a customer for me. Like, she didn't want to be a rep, but I was like, I know. She joined my VIP group immediately when she was a guest of another party. So I'm like, you know what? If I can like make this relationship positive for her, like she'll come back, and I don't have to cover the shipping every time, but like she sees me. I'm like brutally honest, like the everywhere zipper joggers. I am obsessed with the red ones because I love everything red, but I literally have like 50% of my customers exchange them. So when I have a customer who asks me, hey, I'm looking at these zipper joggers, which one should I get? I'm like, listen, you
Peak.
got to go with the peak.
Yeah.
And it's not even because it's more expensive. It's because like, I know that you're going to like that. And then I say, why? Like I have never, ever 100% honesty had a customer return a peak, but half of them have returned the everywhere. Like, and I think that like full disclosure and like honesty, and this is me. And I think people like they see that and they know that I'm not just like trying to make a sale, like of course I want them to buy from me and I want them to shop with me and I want them to keep shopping with me. But I think that they see me for me and I'm brutally honest, and
Yeah.
I tell them like, I love this tank, or like, hey, I like it, but this one fits different and I like this one better. And oh, but I have tiny boobs and you have big boobs. So you should wear this one and I'm going to wear this one. Like, so I think that helps. And even like this last party that I had, like I know one person personally in it, and we met in 2004. We were county fair queens in the great state of Iowa. And like her friend hosted a party for her. So like I know nobody in this party, but it's like, hey, like here I am. This is me, 100% like real person. So
And they ate it up and they were like, okay, I can get down
yeah.
with that. And you went live every day. And that's what's
Hmm.
cool is that they don't know you, but they get to know you really quick. And then
Yeah.
they're like, okay, all right, this is, and then they make that connection. Um,
Oh, another thing that I have done, and I don't know if any of you guys do this, I didn't do this until like a year ago, like last February, I think. I was like 6 months in because I've been doing this for like a year and 8, 9 months. I do themed parties. And like this is where the beauty of SyncShare, whatever the heck it's called, comes in, because I've done friends parties, I've done The Office, I've done Schitt's Creek, I've done 90s, I've done 80s, I've done a beach party. I did like I think Mary, I think for you, I did a teacher party, like a back to school theme. Um, and I think one, like I offer themes that I know, because if somebody says like Game of Thrones, like I've never watched, but like The Office, people know The Office. Friends, people know Friends. A lot of people know Schitt's Creek, the 90s, the 80s, like it's fun. So then I have all these graphics, and it just like, it kind of makes the party a little more fun because it adds like a little extra element and you connect with people on a different level. And you use those gifts on like when you comment, or like the friends party, it was like the predictive text of like type in I'll be there for you and then finish the sentence, and then like the stupid sentences that people come up with, and then I comment like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Or if it's people I know, I'm like, oh Lord, that's so so those like themed parties have been like a lot more fun for me. And when I started doing those, it was kind of like a second wind. It like,
yeah.
I was kind of like getting like burnt out of like, I felt like I was doing the same thing, which is great though, like, lather, rinse, repeat, like do it over and over, but I needed like a boost. So those parties, like the themes have been like super fun. Schitt's Creek has been like my number one, like best parties, because every time I've done a Schitt's Creek party, it's been like over $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if people like it, well, it sounds like, in comments, you're connecting with people too.
Yeah.
And so you're hopefully making a new friend who's going to become your future customer, future
Yeah.
hostess, possibly future rep even. So
Um,
that's cool.
and if you guys aren't already members of the Kaylee, is that her name?
Haley
Kaylee
Brisk.
Brisk. She has the Facebook marketing page, but she has like memberships on Patreon. Boy, I don't know any words apparently. Guys, I pay $5 a month for all of her graphics. And she like, if I could just make graphics and not like teach or do anything else, like I would do that. I love graphics. I love those things. I love spreadsheets, but like, I don't have time to do them. I can make a couple here and there for those themed parties. Like, but people share all kinds of themes on like the marketing page. But Kaylee, like even today, like all of my Star Wars things, I think were from her that I posted in my VIP. Like she has a whole bunch of themes. Like she had a Valentine's one, she had a St. Patrick's Day one, she had a Cinco de Mayo one, a Mardi Gras one. Like she has themed parties.
So is it
So
a
then it's
Facebook group? Is it like her own group
so
or?
she has a Facebook group, and then within her group, she kind of advertises for this like Patreon like app, and I can share it in the I'll share it in our Among the Stars group.
Okay.
But she has like 3 tiers. Here I am marketing for her. But it's wonderful, guys. It is a lifesaver. And I know even Natalie uses her. Natalie pays the $5 a month. And like I get so many graphics. My new release, those of you who are in my VIP, she makes new release this or that every week, and I post them every Wednesday night. Like, here's the brand new stuff. Like, compare the blue leggings to the pink leggings or whatever, or an old blue pair to a new blue pair, whatever it is. But if
I've seen you
you aren't,
post like there's something on Tuesdays, Tip Tuesday. Is she the one that does that?
yeah,
And
she
then
did.
it was
Oh
something
my
else
gosh,
too.
she did like Trend Tuesdays, and she
Trends.
has like Would You Rather's, and she has
It's
like
just
all
creative.
kinds
It's
of things.
yeah.
She's so creative, and I don't know this person from Adam, but like she's a boss at making graphics, and she's putting them out there, and $5 a month for me to like have a post or 2 or
Content.
3
Yeah.
every day, like Motivational Mondays. I get this cute little Zaya graphic from her with a sweet quote on it. Like it's content, it's stuff I'm putting out there. It's cute, it's ready made, it's $5 a month.
Helps keep
Like,
you consistent too. So you don't have to like
yes,
reinvent the wheel and be like, oh, I have to find something to post. That keeps it fun and exciting too.
yes. And like when she shared Star Wars things. So on like Sunday, I like scheduled the post to go out today. So then this morning we had this like student council breakfast. I didn't even like log into my phone because I didn't have time, but I already had posts scheduled like 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 2 p.m. like because I had scheduled them. She shared the stuff and then I posted it. So if you're not already a part of her, I highly recommend it because it's content. They're great graphics. They're simple. They're easy. They're perfect. So, and then I use a bunch of her stuff in my parties because she has games and she makes the like, guess how many bomber bras make up the thing, like I love those games. I love it when like my Color Street ladies do those games and I'm guessing the little nail things like, so I like putting those out there, but I suck at making them. So I just like the word picture graphics, not those like fine details. But anyway, so I don't know. Just be you, be consistent, do those follow-ups. I mean, like I said, I'm like a C- right now, but every time I do follow up with somebody, I feel I get something back. Maybe not like immediately, but later, or maybe not a hostess, but they order again or whatever. So take the minute. And guys, I'm a roller coaster. I like over Easter weekend when Megan was doing that like challenge, I was all in. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to earn these points and I'm going to win one of these prizes. And then like she had another one and I was like, well, shit, I'm not going to get to that one. Like it happens. But like when you have those moments, like hammer on those people. And if you don't know, like I feel like I've messaged everybody, go back through your order history and figure out in this party, these people, I'm going to message them. I'm going to contact them. And I have not consistently, but I have posted in old parties, like new releases or black metallics or something that has like come back, or the Make Room Monday sales. Like I have customers that shop the Make Room Monday sale like every week. And you know what? That might be the only time they shop, but they're shopping.
It adds up.
It adds up. And I shop every Make Room Monday. I literally, every time they have leggings, I buy all the leggings in a size 0 for my daughter Waverly because it works for her. And I'm going to get those 50% off, and I'm not using my Hostess rewards where I can buy my own stuff.
I'm sure this is pretty basic, but I want to make sure everybody knows that to do this. In my group, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on my phone, but where your group, where is it? Where your group members are, right here. I just click on that and so there's the list of everyone that's in my group. I just go down the list and I am like, oh, I haven't messaged this person in a while. I haven't messaged this, and I just literally am like, click message, click message, click message. And a lot of these people are reps now, but like, I just keep going down until I get all the way to the bottom, which I haven't. You know, if I'm like, okay, who am I going to message today? I'll do that. I'll go to my order history. Yeah, or old parties.
Yeah. So I don't know. I have good parties. My VIP, sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's not so good. And I like personally, if I'm having like a lower month, then I like run more fancy things in my VIP. I might run a fancier sale just because I am not going to get that $1,000 mark. I am going to hit that 28% commission every month. That is my goal every month, is to get over $1,000. And I have done it all 20 months or whatever that I have been a rep. And there are times that I go into a month and I'm like, I don't have a party booked. Like, oh crap, I don't have a party book. And then I kind of like, I have to kind of like think like, who has shown interest that like hasn't partied with me yet or hasn't hosted yet. And I've had a few repeat hostesses. And let's see, sorry, low power mode. I kind of have to like think like, oh my gosh, who can I get? Who can I like, do I know I can get? And I will, you know, throw out like 10 messages and try to get somebody. Or like I had a friend moving out of the neighborhood and I was like, oh my gosh, Nicole, like let's host a party. And then we can be like, get Nicole some Florida clothes. She's moving to Florida, like treat her before she leaves us, you know, like things like that. But I've gone into months where I'm like, oh shit, I don't have anybody, like, and I have to get somebody. I want to have, my goal is to have like at least 2 parties a month. In April, I had 4. And I think 3 of the 4 were over $1,000. One of them was like 2,200. Also, that's because I've brainwashed all of my coworkers to love Zaya. So my teacher friends just keep like taking turns hosting parties and buying from each other's parties. And one of my coworkers was like, you know that if we had a bunch of old lady teachers, nobody would be buying from you. And I was like, well, good thing we have a young staff.
You'd find a way. You'd still find a way to get them to do it.
So that has helped, that I like brainwash them, and they see it every day. Like Megan talked about this, I think last week, that marketing that constantly shows up, and then you're like, oh, maybe I want that. Well, maybe I want that. Like they literally see me in it every day, and we talk about it every day, or somebody else is wearing something, or 2 of us happen to wear the same joggers, and it's like, oh my gosh, look at how cute these are. Like they're seeing it every day, and I'm talking them all into it. And now I have friends who they've completely come on board. They've stopped the Athleta, they've stopped the Lululemon. Like my sister, who is the like most frugal person I know, literally will only buy Zaya leggings now, because she's like, why would I go buy 3 pairs of Amazon leggings that are going to fall off of me when I can buy 1 pair of Zaya leggings that kicks ass? And it took me a long time to get her on board, and she's my sister. But just keep being you guys. Just put yourself out there, be honest. I'm sorry, I could talk to you all night long, but my children are probably waiting for kisses goodnight and a bedtime story.
Yeah.
So
does anyone have questions for Steph or anything else? I feel like it was so much really good.
I'm a rambler too, so I apologize. I also have like a squirrel brain.
No, I think it was really good. Cool. All right. Well, awesome. Thank you, Stephanie.
Of course. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up, guys. I think I took a picture, so I got you all down for the drawing for my water bottle. So I will raffle that off tomorrow. But have an awesome night. Oh, and if you guys didn't see the challenge video, if you're doing the 5 days of challenges, it was to get an accountability partner. And it could be someone, you know, on our team. It could be, I forget what all she said with it, but I will share the link to the video, and there's a graphic that went with it too. So I will share that in the group. So you can check that out a little bit later, but you have 24 hours to complete the challenge. So, all right, awesome. Thank you again, Steph, and
Of
thanks
course,
everybody.
thanks, guys.
See ya. Have a good night.